Welcome to the channel of Marco Direct. My name is Tim Heubeck and I'm going to be your host for today's video. In today's video we're going to talk about pushing and pulling film. So what is pushing and pulling? How do you do it? How do you compensate in developing? And also, do you need any specific types of film or does it work with any film? So just to start on right now, pushing. If you're going to push your film, for example, you have this 200 speed film right here. So in this case we have some Super Pan 200 film. And for example, you run into a low light situation, or you need sometimes a faster shutter speed, for example, if you're shooting a moving subject, if you're shooting, let's say, animals or anything, and you only have this 200 speed film. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the film, put it inside of your camera. In this case, again, we have a 200 speed film. So if we want to push it, we now have to rate it at let's say 400 speed or 800 speed. And then we just have to set the meter inside of the camera for 400 or 800. And then the camera will automatically expose this film as it would be with a 400 speed film, but we only have a 200 speed film. So in this case, we are underexposing the film by one stop. What we're going to do in the developing part is go ahead and overdevelop one stop. So therefore the film will be developed properly. Also, an interesting aspect of pushing film is the look it gives. So some people, also I really like it because it introduces more contrast, it introduces more grain, and therefore it can really look nice to push, let's say, also a 400 speed film to 1600 to 800. So basically in the developing part you're going to go ahead and overdevelop your negative compared to developing it properly. So now you have your time for, let's say, a 200 speed film, you're developing it 400, so you need to develop it either longer or at a higher temperature or with a higher dilution. So either way your film will be developed more, in this case in the developing solution, for that the negative will compensate for that stop of less exposure. In my opinion, it's a great option if you, for example, run into a situation where you need a faster film or you want the look of the pushed film. So therefore this is a great option. What I'm now wanting to talk about is pulling film. So pulling film pretty much is the complete opposite to pushing film. If you want to pull your film, you're going to go ahead and take, for example, again, this 200 speed film, just to grab the example, and then rate it at, let's say, 100 or 50 ISO. So in this case, you will overexpose the film by one stop or two stops if you're rating it at 50 ISO. So in the developing part, you're going to go ahead and underdevelop the image as it would be compared to developing it properly at 200. So now you're developing either shorter, at a lower temperature, or with a lower dilution. In all cases, the film will be developed less compared to the box speed of the film itself. Pulling film has also it has pretty much also the opposite effect of pushing film. So when you're pulling film, you will get less contrast. This can also be very handy in higher contrast situations. Or for example, if you are, again, it's the opposite way, if you have a 400 speed film or 200 speed film and you really need a faster aperture or a lower shutter speed, then you can also go ahead and rate it at 100 or 50 ISO, and then you can also take advantage of this film and using it to the full extent. Concerning the developing times and developing method, if you're going to push or pull your film, there are different options. So one, the manufacturer gives out sometimes, they give out some times for that. Some do, some don't, and all in all, also there are some experiences. For example, you can go on Massive Dev Chart. You can also search for filmdev.org, which is also a great page where you can also see the examples. So you can see the dilution, you can see the temperature, and you can see the developer. So it varies with developer, dilution, and all of that. But we will be also doing a black and white film tutorial which will be coming out shortly. So stay tuned for that if you also want to develop it yourself, because with pushing and pulling it really is great if you start developing it yourself, because you really need to figure out the times, you really need to figure out how to develop it yourself, because if you give it away for developing, usually they will just do pretty much whatever they feel is right. Sometimes or most of the time it really comes out nice, but if you're going to go ahead and push or pull your film, you want more control over your images, and if you want more control, you also, at a certain point need to go ahead and develop it yourself, because it's the only way for you to get full control over your negatives and full control over the outcome. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Pushing and Pulling Film. If you want to keep updated with further videos, make sure to subscribe. Also, I'm very much open for any new suggestions, so feel free to leave any suggestions down below in the comment section, what videos you would like to see and what tutorials specifically you would be interested in. So thank you again so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.